What is Cafe Mocha? Experts, celebrities, music and features from a woman's perspective. Intriguing conversation, the Swag Award, espresso, the MC Light Mix. Radio from a woman's perspective.
What flavor are you, baby?
This is Cafe Mocha.
Welcome to Cafe Mocha, a new flavor with one experience. I'm Lonnie Love.
I'm Angelique. We've all had that lump or that cough or pain that we worried about. Turned out to be nothing. But what happens when it is something?
We've loved his music for years, and one day he was stricken by a life-changing disease that left him in a wheelchair. Will Downing talks about how to survive a health crisis.
This weekend on Cafe Mocha.
Amazing.
This weekend, we're talking about surviving a health crisis. At some point, unfortunately, sometimes we get that call with the terrible news from our doctor that something has gone wrong. Now, joining us, he had the bad news. He survived the bad news. He is back on top. Will Downing, you've heard his story. He's on the line. One of the things that I want to address immediately is what happens when you get that call or when the doctor gives you the diagnosis? What happened? What did you do?
Well, my story is slightly more convoluted and backwards than that. I was sick and didn't go to the doctor.
Like a lot of us. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of folks just don't do that, especially men. And things were going on around me and in my life that were obvious to everyone else, but I kept making excuses as to why I didn't deal with it.
Okay.
I was having a problem putting on my belt. I was having a problem. I don't have any hair, but I shave my head every day. And I was having a problem raising my arms above my head to shave my head. But I kept blaming everything else, like touring and just working too hard, not getting enough sleep. And it had gotten to the point where I had to go to the doctor.
So at its worst, we're talking to Will Downing. Will you tell everyone what your diagnosis was? And at its worst, what did that look like?
I was diagnosed with something called polymyositis. And what it is it's a muscular dystrophy. It's when your cells attack each other, and and your muscles become very swollen, and to the point where you can't move.
They almost atrophy a little bit, right?
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah, I had gone from, under normal circumstances, about 210 pounds. I'd gone down to 115 pounds.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and lost my ability to walk and all the fun stuff. So I went through a year and a half of complete hell.
You've been diagnosed and you're back on track. What was the process of getting your strength back, and how has your lifestyle changed?
Well, a whole lot of praying.
Of course.
Yeah, I certainly got myself refamiliarized with God. So when you're laying on your back in a hospital bed and you can't move, you got plenty of time to think. So then on top of that, just drugs that were given to me that have been known to work for this disease. And the diagnosis was that I would be okay within a year to 5 years.
We're talking to Will Downing. The new CD is coming in March. It's called Euphoria. And the topic is surviving a health crisis. More coming up on Cafe Mocha. It's Cafe Mocha. Angelique, Nicole Ari Parker, and on the line, it is Will Downing, who is back with a brand new CD coming in March. It's called Euphoria, and we're getting ready to play the single Turn Off the Lights. But I want to talk about the album. What can we expect besides the normal Will Downing sexiness?
That's right. Plenty of sexiness. This is my 17th album.
Wow.
So you get a lot of what I've been doing for the last 25 years, the best of it. I'm primarily known for doing love songs, so you definitely gonna get that. There's quite a few remakes on this upcoming project. As you're about to play the single Turn Off the Lights, and yes, it is that Turn Off the Lights. I just put a different spin on it. So you're gonna get some really nice songs on there. And there's 8 of them, which I literally just finished the other day. So I'm excited about it, and I'm excited to hear what the public at large has to say about the project.
Now, how many remakes are on here, and what's your favorite one?
There are 8 songs on the project, 1 original, so 7 remakes.
Okay. That's nice. I mean,
and I can't tell you what any of them are aside from the one that you planned, or else I'd have to kill you.
Yes.
Right.
It would be the Nicole show. She'd have it all by herself, and you don't want that.
No.
Let's get into Will Downing. Turn off the lights on Cafe Mocha.
Turn off the light. And
The latest from Will Downing. I know it sounds a little familiar. Turn off the lights. The new CD is called Euphoria. It's coming in March. How do people get in touch with you?
You can always find me on, you can come to my website first and foremost, willdowning.com. You can always find me on Twitter, Will Downing3 at Twitter. You can find me on Facebook, Will Downing Singer on Facebook. I'm everywhere. Just punch my name in and, just call my name and I'll come a-running.
Oh, I love it.
All right. Thanks so much. Have a good one.
Thank you. You too.
It's Cafe Mocha. I'm Angelique, being joined by
Nicole Laurie Parker.
And we all saw this story. It made national headlines. We watched as a child with autism walked out of school in the middle of the day. No one stopped him. Now, those who lived in New York saw the streets covered with flyers looking for 14-year-old Avante. And Nicole, I want to talk to you about the new law they're trying to pass.
Well, the New York Senator Charles F. Schumer has announced a proposal for a new law called Avante's Law, and it would finance a program to provide optional electronic tracking devices to be worn by children with autism. I think it's a wonderful idea because I like the optional element of it because the spectrum of autism is very wide,
right.
And they're what they call high-functioning children with autism and very deep on the spectrum, high on the spectrum, and they need, even though they're being integrated into normal schools, the other supportive care isn't there. So a parent with 4 children might want that 4th one to be monitored a little bit better, especially if she has worked to keep him in a normal high school. It's for their own safety, and I just think that there's a lot of discussion that needs to be had around this subject.
Now, I guess my concern is always whenever we're tracking people, the potential abuse, especially if you're talking about a child who can't communicate. I mean, who has access to this information?
Well,
what are they doing with it?
Well, the program would provide probably a non-invasive form of tracking, or probably a bracelet. It's not like Lonnie wears her prison ankle bracelet. It's not like that. It's something, maybe a necklace. It's just, for the parents. It's just like, they have cameras in kindergarten now.
Wow.
And you can log on to your computer, get your password. You're the only one that has that password for your child.
Okay.
And you can watch what's going on in your child's preschool classroom for certain hours of the day and different angles, because there is a lot of abuse and human error going on, and
right.
Parents feel safer this way. A lot of people like that option.
Well, Nicole Laurie Parker has spoken. She's for it.
Yep.
Well, I'm a Cafe Mocha correspondent, and I have a lot to say.
It's Cafe Mocha. More on the way.
it might seem crazy.
It's Cafe Mocha. Coming up this hour, MC Light sits down and we get to know algebra. Plus, we've got the light mix. It's Cafe Mocha.
It is Cafe Mocha. I'm MC Light.
I'm Angelique. On the line,
We have algebra. I'm so excited to talk to you today.
Yay! Once again, I'm excited to talk to you too.
We don't get enough of you, so now we're going to use this opportunity for us to get our fill on everything algebra.
I'm ready, I think.
You're ready. Do you write your own material?
I do.
What's your writing
Right.
process like?
It varies. Sometimes, I'll get the music and I kind of let the music move me. And then there are times where I already know what I want to say in a song, and I'll grab my guitar and write the melodies and lyrics, and then I'll bring in some musicians to, build the record. There have actually been times where I've just kind of written a poem, no melody, no nothing, and then just kind of build it from there. So it's a little different. It kind of depends on who I'm working with and if I'm by myself.
Right.
It depends on where I am.
Who do you enjoy working with the most?
Ooh, I really, in the beginning, I'm a loner.
Okay.
I cannot write in the studio. I couldn't, a lot of people couldn't be around. I just, I'll go to my mom's house and go in her basement because I felt like that's where my inspiration was. But I recently, during the first album, I started working with Kwame.
Oh.
And he's like the first producer with, I hate to use this term, beats, like banging beats or like big hard drums. Because all the producers that I worked with, they would always have these hard drums. But Kwame's drums would be, they just sounded like other instruments. So I could actually write in the studio with him.
Oh.
So I enjoyed that. So that was probably the first time that I got a chance to work with a producer versus just a straight musician. And I would just always write with him. So I actually enjoy working with him a whole lot. He makes me feel like I'm not really charting out music. He makes me feel like a hardcore person or something. I don't know.
Right.
Let's get back to the music now.
This is Cafe Mocha. We're on the line with Algebra, getting a little deeper into... Now, this album is called Recovery?
Yes.
Wow. What's that about?
Yeah.
I know, right? Oh, she's strung out on drugs. No, it is the process of going from point A to point B. So I always use the example of when we lay down at night and go to bed, our cells are regenerating without trying. We don't really put our minds to do it. It just happens. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times we miss it. So going from point A to point B, going from like at this happy moment, and then you hit euphoria, like that in-between space, that's what recovery is all about for me. I never wanted to miss how I got to be so happy or how I got to be so sad so that I can either prevent it next time or enjoy it more the next time.
Nice.
Well, it sounds like you've lived many lives.
Well, you know.
That's a whole nother conversation, ain't it? So, okay, so what spawned the title for the single, Nobody But You?
Nobody But You. I did that record with Shannon Sanders. He's out of Nashville. And Shannon's known for doing a lot of work with Anthony David and India.Arie. And we were supposed to work a while ago and just never got a chance to do it. We were talking about relationships and how guys can be insecure and how he was telling me that, girls are more... he feels like that they're more sensitive or insecure. And I was like, I can't agree with you. Like, I've been in enough situations to where my significant other is constantly asking me, are you sure it's me that you want? And there's a lot of insecurity. So that song is just a reiteration of the desire of love for your significant other. And from my perspective, just for us women to be able to tell our guys, like, yo, yes, I can have anybody I want, but I'm choosing you.
Nobody but you.
Men are way more insecure than women. I'm sorry.
Uh-oh.
I agree.
That's a whole other
topic. It's a whole lot of whole other stuff.
It's Cafe Mocha talking to Algebra. The album is called Recovery. The single hit on the charts. It is called Nobody But You. And of course, you can check out her Music Choice documentary all month long. It's called Prime, and they feature and they let you get to know Algebra a little bit better. Algebra, tell everybody how they can get in touch with you.
Social media for sure. Website www.algebrablessed.com. Instagram @algebrablessed. Twitter, you can follow me at Yes It's Algebra, and of course Facebook. My name is Algebra.
My name is Algebra.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you very much for gracing us with your presence, and good luck.
Welcome.
And God bless you on your journey.
But listen,
This is your Cafe Mocha Espresso. I'm Angelique. The country is still in disbelief as Florida jurors can't convict the killer of Jordan Davis of murder. Jordan's father explains why.
These people are torn because of the jury instruction, I believe, and not the case. I believe the facts to everybody in the world show that this guy had indifference toward my son and just killed him.
Though the jury was hung on murder charges, not all the jurors were confused.
I believed he was guilty. No life was taken. I mean, there is no longer a Jordan Davis.
The BET Honors is coming this Monday night. Host Wayne Brady talks about the show.
It lets us celebrate our finest. And we have some of the obvious things that we celebrate, like people like Berry Gordy and Aretha Franklin that you're like, oh yeah, wow, you should be honored. But then we drop knowledge on people like Kenneth Chenault, who is the CEO of American Express. talk, because the jokes used to be, oh yeah, you know, a brother can't get credit. Now that brother has all the credit.
BET honors Monday night at 9, and don't miss that Being Mary Jane finale Tuesday night. That's your Cafe Mocha Espresso. I'm Angelique.
This is Cafe Mocha. Cafe Mocha.
It is Cafe Mocha, one experience. This is your girl, DJ MC Light. Right now, you are inside the Light Mix, where we take it back.
Don't know if you got a girl.
It's Cafe Mocha, one experience. Never disappointed here with Cafe Mocha. It's your girl, DJ NC Light. You're inside the Light Mix. Let's go.
Girl, I know this my girlfriend. I just wanna know your name and maybe sometime we can go home, take out the jet.
How can I?
It's Cafe Mocha, Light Mix.
You get no love from me. Come back to love from me. Come home late. Haven't shut you down. I like that door. I like that. You like that.
It's Cafe Mocha. That was the MC Light Mix. Oh my goodness.
Lonnie, sit down.
What?
Next weekend, he plays David on Being Mary Jane. Could you hold her back?
Oh, you did not tell me.
Yes, take a deep breath.
Oh,
breathe through the nose.
He's coming in studio.
Yes.
Okay?
Oh, he's gonna come in?
Yes, in person.
I gotta get my hair did. Okay, we gotta go. Hurry up, let's finish.
It's Cafe Mocha next weekend. Stephen Bishop from Being Mary Jane.
All night. Come on, baby.
Cafe Mocha is a production of Miles Ahead Broadcasting in association with Cumulus Media Networks. Executive producer Sheila Eldridge, writer and producer Angelique Perrin. For comments and more information, visit cafemocharadio.com.